going south today, and that is that way, I guess. All right, let's go. We are going to the southernmost part of the South Island of New Zealand, not the southernmost part of New Zealand itself. Because below the South Island, you have Stewart Island. It's kind of where I thought it was, but actually south of that, you have the Auckland Islands, and it's like, oh, that's definitely it. But no, south of there, you have the Campbell Island. The southernmost island on the Campbell Island is called Jacquemart Island. I doubt I'm saying that correctly. Has a 4.5 rating on Google, 2 reviews. Someone said, okay. Appreciate the insight. So we went as far south as you can possibly drive on the South Island, and honestly at this point I'm thinking we gotta make a drinking game. Every time I say south, I gotta take a drink, just so I don't overdo it. I'm already annoying myself. Today we have the highly anticipated Chaos Theory from Be Effect in Wanaka. Highly anticipated because I've had to wait a full 2 weeks to drink this. Hazy IPA, let's give it a go. Man, that's just so good. Like mango, little papaya in there. It's a hazy IPA, so the mouthfeel is as smooth as you can get. All right, let's go south. First one, yep. Drink, let's go that way. Another road trip from our Airbnb in Roxborough, we headed in the opposite direction of north. We're at Slope Point, which if you look on Google, it says it is the southernmost point of the South Island of New Zealand. Just pulled up, got the whole place to ourselves, and I think we got a little 20-minute walk ahead of us to get to the point. So let's get going. Looks like we're kind of going through a farmer's field. I think we're almost there. Seeing some massive waves. I don't think we've seen any of this big so far in New Zealand. So that's pretty cool to see off in the distance. And I really love it when you can see the rain just over the open ocean. It's just so majestic. Wow. Some of these black cliffs down here, just amazing. So much water being thrown around all over them. Oh, this is so cool. And the famous sign. This water is really epic. We've never seen waves this big. They just crashed against the rock. So cool. We're the only ones here. Looks like we're surrounded by rain, so we might get hit pretty hard here soon. I think it's safe to say that we're pretty happy we did this. The views here are pretty mesmerizing. Spent a good 45 minutes to an hour here, and we've hit the southernmost point of the South Island, but now we're gonna go to Invercargill and Bluff, check those 2 towns out. Might also see a little lighthouse on the way. So let's get on the road. Kind of slowed down a little bit, and honestly this area is just really nice. Looks like the sun's hitting the lighthouse just perfectly right now on a semi-cloudy day. Cannot complain. I know it's probably kind of lame, but I did watch this documentary on lighthouses a couple of nights ago, Irish Light Keepers or something like that, and it ended up being really interesting. I just didn't really know just how secluded you are living out here all alone for like months and years at a time. All the stuff that they have to do, like painting, constant upkeep, gardening, and it's really just kind of cool to see all the infographics here that are kind of explaining things that are very similar to what I saw a few days ago. It's cool. I'm a big fan of lighthouses now. Looks like we're going down to this little beachy area. Just turning out to be an absolute beautiful day, and it is so peaceful down here. don't really want to leave. Looks like we're gonna make our way over to Invercargill and Bluff, see what it's like over there. I do want to say that I really enjoyed this area, and I think that if you're down here, you should come check it out, because super peaceful. It's a good time. All right, we made it. It's called Sterling Point, and I think we got a sign here that shows a lot of different distances in the world. Yeah, let's go check it out. London, Sydney, Cape Reinga, New York City. Like, I love signs like that. I just didn't know that this place was kind of famous, you know, because of that sign. I thought it was like, oh yeah, you come here, and then there's also a cool sign as well. So I was thinking maybe it had something to do with Bluff being the southernmost city in the world or something along those lines, but no, I think that's in Chile. It is pretty far south though, and unless I go to Chile or Antarctica, it's probably the most south I'm ever gonna be in this world. But Sterling Point is also known as the starting or end point of Highway 1, which is the highway that runs north and south on New Zealand. Kind of cool. We got a Highway 1 back in Canada that runs, you know, east and west. But New Zealand's longer than they are wide, so makes sense. I like that. But I also think that there is a little bit of a sense of achievement when you do get down to Sterling Point and Bluff. I think we felt that. 7 or 8 weeks before that, we were at the north tip of the North Island in Cape Reinga, and it's one of those moments where you're like, okay, wow, like, we've seen a lot. There's still a lot more to see in the middle, but we've got the points covered, which is good. A little less driving, hopefully now. Outside of everything I just mentioned, Bluff is also very well known for their oysters. We're not the biggest oyster people, so when we were in Bluff, we didn't opt to stop somewhere to get some oysters. I think like as soon as we were driving away though, we kind of regretted it. We were thinking we probably should have tried them. 2 or 3 days ago, we were in Queenstown, or maybe it was Arrowtown, but we were at some sort of restaurant and looking at the menu, and they had oysters and they had Bluff oysters. So it was like an extra, like additional charge for the Bluff oysters. And it was like, oh really? Like, are they that good? Like, I don't know. I'm not a big oyster guy. If you're an oyster fan, I'm imagining that's something you're gonna wanna try when you're down in Bluff. Have you guys tried them? Like, are they actually that good? Are they good to people who don't even really like oysters? Or it's like, if you like oysters, you'll love Bluff oysters. If you've tried them and you think they're that good, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. I am sure we missed out. And there's also this cool little walkway path. We're just gonna come check out the water, hang out in the area a little bit before we just like drive here, mark it off a list, and then go home. So see what else we can do here. I gotta say, Bluff is a little nicer than I was expecting. I don't know if just maybe some of the prior YouTube videos that I watched on it, people were here on like a dark, kind of gloomy day. It's a nice little maritime town, I'm not gonna lie. We might be here at a perfect time where it's almost like golden hour and the clouds are starting to separate and we got some blue sky coming in, because it is like really nice right now. All the greenery is just popping. Love that. A day like today where we're constantly surrounded by seawater, making me kind of thirsty, so I say we go to Invercargill and see what they got for beer. I was so looking forward to checking out the brewery there, but I made a classic mistake in New Zealand. Not the first time either. It seems to be happening a lot on the South Island, but that is not looking up the times of the places things are open before you get there. Like a number of different cafes and restaurants will be open for like breakfast and lunch, but they'll shut down from like 1 or 2 till like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I get it. We've seen bars that won't even open till 4 or 5. And this was one of them. I think they were gonna open at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And we were there at like 2 o'clock being like, all right, we wanna try a beer and then take the 2-hour drive home. Didn't really want to wait till they opened. Unfortunately, it sucks. So that's my obvious travel tip of the day. So we got to check out Invercargill. It seemed like a nice little town. I mean, from what we've heard, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do and see there, but I mean, hey, the town itself was really not that bad. But I will say, Invercargill has one of the nicest water towers you will ever see. So we went there. Now, I had an apple there too. Apples are great down here. And then we went home. True story. So this is what the south part of the South Island looks like. 2 drinks. And we really enjoyed it. It is not the epic landscapes of the Southern Alps by any means, but we still found it unique and definitely worth the drive down there. That's all for today, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.